Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, the message for today is ain't no use in lying to yourself. And you know, I'm kind of done with these relationship ending readings, but I guess that's what it is. It's about focusing on your self-worth, really. I know Pluto just stationed direct on Monday. I'm reading this today on October 16th, and Pluto stationed direct on the 13th, I believe. So that could be just like, maybe we're moving into some sort of acceptance, like all these stages of grief and whatever. So we start out with this run of 4 cards: the Magician reversed, the 3 of Swords upright, the 7 of Swords upright, and the Lovers reversed. So the only 2 major arcanas we have are in the spread, and they're both reversed. One is about giving your power away, and the other one is about you know, a relationship not being what you hope it is, or just accepting that it's over. And the card next to it is the card of deception, lies, cheating, whatever. And then the card next to that is about heartbreak. And these are such mental cards, you know, in between these 2 major arcanas. So it really kind of feels like it's telling you to start thinking different thoughts, start telling a different story. So it almost feels like maybe you're giving your power away to the story, kind of hoping that you can come to a different conclusion or find a different ending, or you keep trying to justify where you're at. And I think it's kind of making you sick. If not physically ill, it's making you sick in the head or something. Like, maybe just tell a different story. Sometimes you just have to accept it is what it is, and it's over. So then we come over, we've got the Page of Coins, Page of Diamonds, Page of Earth, underneath the 2 of Swords, 2 of Air. So again, it just kind of says, think a different thought. I had to restart the video because it was like, I was wanting to really focus in on this lizard in this desert area, and it's like, you're thirsty. So, you know, what are you thirsty for? And probably whatever this was before it was upside down, you're thirsty for some love, or you're thirsty for some connection or something. And so really it looks like the connection you're really looking for, and nobody wants to hear this, but this is what it is, you're looking for a connection with yourself. You're looking for a connection with your own self-worth. We've got the 3 of Earth, 3 of Coins, the Queen of Earth, Queen of Coins, and the 7 of Coins underneath that. And underneath that, the Moon reversed. I didn't know the moon was there, but I'll take it because it does. Then we've got 3 major arcanas, all of them reversed, and it's just saying this is fucking crazy making. I kind of want to go into that really quick. With the Magician reversed, the Lovers reversed, and the Moon reversed, this is crazy. When the Moon's reversed, you're crazy. You're making yourself crazy. You're cycling through trauma. And it leads to a lot of confusion. It leads to a lot of, again, you're telling the same story over and over again, and then 6 of Swords, but you're not moving on. You're just staying stuck, and it's keeping you stagnant and making you crazy, and these thoughts you keep telling yourself. So then we've got this King of Swords and Queen of Wands reversed. I didn't expect to take all those extra cards, but it's like you're staying stuck. It's almost like you're hoping somebody will change their mind, but with that Queen of Wands reversed, like it's always like sexual trauma or something like that, like having a lack of energy. But I always feel like there's sexual trauma with the Queen of Wands reversed. There's something like maybe you were addicted to this situation, and I think that's what it is. You were addicted to this person. So this is like trauma bonding, codependency, and you're feeding into it, hoping that it will turn out a different way. But with that Moon reversed, it's like you're just making yourself crazy and keeping yourself stuck. You need to be the King of Swords upright and pull yourself out of this. And only you can do that. And so the answer to that is is anchoring yourself into this Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles energy. You need to find your own self-worth. And the way you get to the Queen is starting out with the Page, which pulled me into all those other cards, where it's like you're thirsty, you're hungry for connection. It's like, you find yourself in this dry, harsh environment, but you are a survivor. And I love that it goes from this dry environment to this lush energy, this queen, where she is this fawn, and this is a baby. I love that it's a queen, but this is a baby. It's still got its spots and everything. So there's some sort of a renewal taking place by investing in yourself. You need to focus on self-worth, self-love, self-acceptance. Look in the mirror. I want to pull my mirror out and say, look in the mirror. And do that Louise Hay. Maybe get the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And, look in the mirror, look into your own eyes and say, I love you. I love you. And if voices start coming up, if your eyes go sideways or whatever, and belief systems, patterns start coming up that say, you're not allowed to love yourself. You're selfish if you love yourself. Your love is for everyone but not you. If that's the kind of stuff that comes up for you, work through that and say, yeah, that's what the program says. That's what I was taught to believe for whatever reason, either by family or society or whatever the fuck. But no, I love you. Look in the mirror, come back to your own eyes, say, come back, come to me. I love you. I love you. I believe in you. I accept you. I've got you. No matter what, I got you. I love you. And then start practicing that. It helps to journal a lot and commit to catching yourself when you're not loving yourself, when you're criticizing yourself, when you're judging yourself, when you're denying or rejecting aspects of yourself, moving from this page to here. And this Two of Swords was over this page. So it really is like recognizing that you can choose to think a different thought. I think I've mentioned this meditation recently, where you go into a meditation and you observe your thoughts like clouds drifting by, and knowing that each of those clouds, each of those thoughts has a story, but you can just let it drift on by. And I got this from watching Aaron Doughty. I love to give credit to people. Or imagine yourself sitting at a park, sitting on a park bench and watching people walk by, and some have dogs and some are running or whatever. But every person represents a thought, and each of those thoughts have a story attached. But you don't have to bring these people home with you. You don't have to bring these thoughts home with you. They're just thoughts. You don't have to bring that story home. And so just let it move right on by and just anchor into your body. It's really important to breathe and anchor into yourself. So it really feels like start planting new seeds. What are you passionate about? Normally I associate fire. Fire is associated with passion, but the Three of Pentacles is a special kind of passion. It's what are you committed to? How do you commit to yourself? I like to call it the starving artist card, because it's like when you're so committed to something that maybe others don't understand or they don't approve of, like, oh, you'll never make a living doing that. Fuck that. It's not all about what others approve of. It's not all about how you make a living. Sometimes it's just about being committed to yourself and investing in your own happiness, investing in something that nurtures you, nourishes you, something that feeds you. And so talking about this like you're thirsty, you're starving or whatever, this is how you nourish your own self. Again, whether it's something about making money or not, maybe you are passionate about starting your own business, but maybe you want to learn how to dance. Maybe you want to learn how to sing. Maybe you want to learn how to paint or sculpt or act. Join the community theater. Like whatever it is that nurtures you, nourishes you, or study the stars. Like it doesn't have to be about art or expression. It's just something that really feeds your soul. And so with that Seven of Pentacles, with this Page of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, maybe you feel, it's so funny. I get kind of a Five of Pentacles energy off of this. It's almost like being left out in the cold, only here you're like exhausted and thirsty, hungry, whatever, but you want to, but you've got the survival instinct. you will survive. You will. And so this is about starting over again with that Seven of Pentacles. It's like taking those seeds and planting them again, but instead of planting them in dry and desolate conditions, you find how to nurture it. You know, you learn from the past mistakes, and you know, it's only a mistake if you keep repeating it, right? But what is that saying? One of my favorite sayings: good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from poor judgment. So it's not really a mistake if you learned something. So you take that Seven of Pentacles, all these pentacles, you go from the Page to the Three to the Seven to the Queen. And she knows her worth. She knows her value. And she is committed to herself. And she is disciplined enough to really nurture those seeds into something that grows into an abundance. So commit to yourself. All right, that's all I have for today. Once again, my name is Fairlight. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Until next time. I'm trying to